Hello everyone! Welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is Mom Kat, your super mom. Kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe sa channel ko, please subscribe now and do not forget to hit the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa bagong video. And let's start our lesson. This is Month 6, second quarter, week 3, that is percentage, rate, and base. So before we start, let's have a warm-up activity. So here in our warm-up activity, we are going to change the given decimal to percent. Example, we have here 25 hundredths. So how are we going to change this into percent? By simply, we have here 1, 2, we just move 2 places from left to right, or multiply the decimal by 100. Di ba kapag nagmumultiply tayo sa 100, ang shortcut niya is just to simply move the decimal point 2 places from left to right. So, ano mangyayari? This will become 25%. And do not forget to write the percent symbol. So, kaya nga pag sinabi nating percent, that means per 100. Okay. Now, let's have another example, another given here. We have 17 hundredths changed to percent. That is 1, 2. Simply move 2 places from left to right. That will become 17%. Let's have another given. We have 3 or 3 hundredths. So this will become 1, 2, or this will become 3%. So minsan marami nagkakamali dito. Mostly kapag changing percent to decimal, dun sila nagkakamali. Pero pag ganitong decimal to percent, madali lang, we just move 2 places. So from left to right. And we have another given. We have 69 hundredths, or what is your answer? Okay, what is your answer? Your answer is, let us see. The answer is 69%. That is correct. Let's have another given. We have here 4 tenths. Or we could write this as 0.40. Pwede din. That is the same. That is, kung meron tayong, wait, I will write it for you. This is the same with 0.40 or 40 hundredths. Parehas lang sila. So, pag tinanggal to, magiging 4 tenths lang siya. So, paano natin gagawin itong decimal or percent? Paano gagawin percent ito? We have 1, 2. So, meron tayong bakante. Kapag meron tayong bakanting place or position, place of value, we write a placeholder. So, this will become 40%. Now, we have the next. Let's see. Let's have another given. We have 2 and 78 hundredths. 1, 2. Multiply the decimal by 100, or simply move the decimal point 2 places from left to right. That is 278%. Now, let's have the last given. That is 1 hundredths, or this will become 1%. All right. Now, let's have this problem. Robin's daily allowance is 40 pesos. He spends 12 pesos for snacks. This is 30% of his allowance. Actually, wala namang problema dito sa ating it is a situation or it is a given statement. So, let us analyze this situation. So, we have here a triangle. And this triangle is what we called the Tekans triangle. So, we have the given 40 pesos. So, ito yung allowance niya. 12 pesos. This is what he spends for snacks, pang merienda niya. And what part of his allowance it is 30%. Now, we can also express this as 12 pesos is 30% of 40. Ito yung simple kung paano mo siya i-rewrite. Or we could also, 30% of 40 is 12 pesos. So, pare-parehas sila ng meaning. No, kahit iba yung pagkaka-state, parehas lang sila ng meaning. Now, in our triangle, bakit ko ba inilagay yan sa triangle na yan? Because we will be using the Tekans triangle. 40, it represents the whole part. Okay? Or the total amount of his allowance. And that is what we call base. So, pag sinabi nating base, ito yung kabuuan. And then we have 12. That is part of a whole. Ibig sabihin, ito yung, it represent only parts of his allowance. Parte lang. And that is what we call percentage. And this one, in 30% is what we called the number that compared to 100. And it is what we call the rate. And rate also, or most number that has the percent symbol. So, ito lang yung may nakikita nyo lagi. Kapag i-identify nyo, ito yung lagi na may percent symbol. Ang tawag doon ay rate. And, isa pang idea or trick para malaman nyo na ito ay percentage at ito ay base at ito ay rate. From this statement, ang ating percentage ay lagi siyang malapit sa word na is. O, dito ko sulat. Ang word clue ko lagi dito, this is the given that is near to the word is. And base, this is the given that is nearer or near to the word of. And obviously, pag rate, lagi siyang may percent symbol. So from our example here, we have 30%. Obviously, this is our rate of, kapag malapit sa of, that is base. That 30% of 40 is 12. So this is percentage. So this is how we identify the percentage, rate, and base in a statement. But it is not actually the correct way. What is actually the correct way is to determine which is the whole part, which is only part of a whole, and which has or which number is compared to 100. That is the correct way. Pero itong sinasabi kong word clue na is, of, these are only trick on how you are going to determine the percentage rate base if it is written in this kind of statement. So, ganun lang yung simpleng trick. Again, let me reiterate that base is representing the whole part. Percentage represent only part of a whole. And rate, this is the number that has the percent symbol. So, maliwanag po tayo doon. So, ito po ang gagamitin natin for us to determine how to find the percentage, rate, and base. Now, if we're going to find for percentage, if we are looking for percentage, yung P, so ang natira, we have here R and B, which is the rate and base. Kung mapapansin nyo, magkatabi sila. So this will become rate times base. Di ba sa algebra, if two variables ay magkatabi, magkadikit, the operation means multiplication. So here we have P is equal to rate or R times B. So pwede magbaliktad yung position ng base at rate ha, kasi baka mamaya may makita kayo sa ibang libro na B or base times rate, parehas lang yon because we have commutative property of multiplication. So here, if we are looking for base, anong gagawin nyo lang? We just cover B. So ang natira natin, isang nasa taas which is P, at ang nasa ilalim ay base. Kung mapapansin nyo, para siyang fraction, isang numerator, isang denominator, that means division. So we have percentage divided by rate. Or B is equal to P divided by R. So pwede nyong gamitin to represent this, pwede gamitin ng fraction. And if we are looking for rate, we have here, ang natira natin is P and B, and that is also division. So we have percentage divided by base. Or we have R is equal to P divided by B. And then, kung nakuha nyo na yung sagot dito, remember that rate has the percent symbol. Then change decimal to percent. So now let us try to apply these. We have here the second triangle PRB. Let's have here. Find 75% of 60. So kanina, sabi ko, nagbigay tayo ng word clue how to identify which is the percentage, which is the rate, and which is the base. So here, it has the percent symbol, meaning it is the rate. And we have here of, that is a word clue for base. And for percentage is. Now, this is our rate and this is our B. So ang nawawala natin dito, we are looking for percentage, and that is rate times base. So let us substitute the given. So we have here 75% times 60. But remember, we cannot multiply a number if it is in percent. So hindi pwedeng 75%. So we need to change 75% to decimal. So ito, change natin kanina, katulad ng warm-up activity natin, by simply, kung kanina nag-move tayo ng 2 places from left to right para maging percent, dito naman, we move 2 places from right to left. 1, 2. So that will become 75%. Tinanggal ko na tong percent symbol. So now, let's multiply. So we have 0.75 times 60. So shortcut, dahil ito ay may 0 dito, lagay mo lang yung 0 dyan. And then we'll proceed to 6 times 5 is 30. Carry 3. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 3 is 45. Remember to count the decimal places. We have 1, 2. We have 1, 2. This is, ayan, remove na. So the answer for this given is percentage is 45. Or we can say that 75% of 60 is 45. So that is the answer. Now let's proceed to the next example. We have find 30% of 80. So identify muna natin. So it has the percent symbol. So that will become the rate. It is the rate. And we have here the of 80. That means 80 is our base. So what is missing is the percentage. So magkaiba yung percentage at percent, ha? Baka malito kayo. Pag sinabi natin percent, that is rate. Pag sinabi natin percent, this is rate. And this is percentage. So magkaiba siya. Now, again, 30% is our rate. 80 is our base. And we are looking for percentage, that is rate times base. So we have here 30% times 80. Now, what we need to do is to change 30% into decimal. We have here 1, 2. So magiging 0.30, or we could write is 0.30 or 30 hundredths, that times 80, or that is change 30% to decimal. So we have 24. Paano nakuha yung 24? Let us see kung 24 nga. That is 0.30 times 80. So this is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. Count decimal places 1, 2, 1, 2. So tanggal na ito. The answer is 24. Therefore, 30% of 80 is 24. This is the answer for this given. Now let's have another example. So we have here a problem. There are 250 pupils in a school. If 20% of them are boys, how many Boy Scouts does the school have? Let us use again the Tekens triangle. Sabi, meron daw ang bilang daw ng bata sa isang school ay 250. So, yun yung kabuuang bilang. Lahat ng bata ay 250. Kung daw yung 20%, dahil may percent symbol siya, ayan, ay boys, how many Boy Scouts does the school have? Ang tinatanong lang, ilang Boy Scouts meron ng school. Kumbaga, part lang ng kabuuan ng bilang ng bata. So, we are looking for percentage here. So, anong gagawin natin kapag hinahanap ang percentage? We have here, percentage is equal to rate times base. So, that is 20% times 250. So, that will become 0.20 times 250. So, now, let us multiply. 250 times 0.20. Pwede mo nang gamitin yung 0.2. Pwede mo nang alisin yung 0 sa dulo. Kaparehas lang yan. So now we have here, 0 times 2 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. We have here 1 decimal place. So we need to move 1 decimal place here. So tanggal na si 0 sa dulo. Therefore, the answer is 50. Or, the school has 50 Boy Scouts. There are 50 Boy Scouts in the school. All right. Now, this is the answer for this problem. Let's proceed to the next example. Find 25% of 120. Now, I'll be giving you time to answer this. All right, let's see. First, identify what is missing in this problem. So 25% is our rate and 100 is our base. Therefore, what is missing is our percentage. Yes, the missing is percentage. So we have percentage is equal to rate times base. So we have here, substituting the value, we have percentage is equal to percentage. Substituting the value, we have percentage is equal to 25% times 120. And then this will become 25 hundredths times 120 by changing 25% to decimal. Now let's compute what is 25% of 120. So we have 120 times 0.25. So we have here 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Carry 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 here is 6. Then we have 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2 times 1 is 2. Then add the partial product. We have 0, 0. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Count the decimal places. We have 1, 2. We have 1, 2. Therefore, the answer for this problem is 30. Then, we could say that 25% of 120 is 30. So this is the answer for this problem. Now let's proceed to another example. Now here we have here finding rate. So if we are looking for rate here, ang matitira na lang natin is percentage and base. Now here we have the given 45 is what percent of 75. So anong part daw? Parang pag tinagalog, ang 45 daw ay anong part ng 75? Diba? So here we have here the word clue is, therefore percentage is our 45 is our percentage, and we have of 75. 75 is our base here. So we are looking for the rate or percent. Ang hinahanap natin ay percent. Baka kasi minsan merong misconception ng bata, nakita what percent, akala nila percentage yung nawawala. That is wrong. Pag tinanong what percent, we are looking for rate here. Rate ang hinahanap. Now let us solve. We have rate is equal to percentage divided by base. Pwede rin siyang isulat ng rate is equal to P over B. So, pwede siyang ganan. Same lang siya. Now, so we have here substituting the value. We have 45 divided by 75. So now, let's compute what is 45 divided by 75 here. Baka nalimutan na. We have 45 divided by 75. O, kung mapapansin nyo, nasa loob lagi si percentage. So, 45 divided by 75 is 0. 0 siya. So, what we need to do is add decimal point and add 0 here. Now, what is 45 divided, 450 divided by 75? Assuming, ang ginagawa ko kasi dito, pag ganito, this is 45. Ano yung minumultiply ko sa 7? ng magiging sagot ay malapit sa 45. So, ganun yung ginagawa ko. That is 6. Kasi 6 times 7 is 42. Let's see lang naman. We have 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 7 is 42 plus 3, 45. Exacto. So, this is 0. Sakto, ano? So, now, the answer is, rate is equal to 0.60. Pwede nang wala yung 0 sa dulo. Or 0.6, it is the same. Or, change. What is next is change decimal to percent. Gagawin mo naman siyang percent. So, kabaliktaran naman ngayon. How are you going to change 0.62% by moving two places? 1, 2. So, ito, mapunta na dito sa dulo. Or that will become 60%. Therefore, we could say that 45 is 60% of 75. So this is our answer. Now let's proceed to the next example. So we have the given, what percent of 65 is 13? Now we have here the percentage and we have here the base. So we have rate is equal to percentage divided by base. So that is 13 divided by 65. Now, let's compute. We have here 13 divided by 65. At alam naman natin na that is 0. So, just add decimal point and add 0. Bakit 0? Kasi wala naman talagang 65 out of 30. Kaya nagdadagdag tayo ng decimal. So we have here 130 divided by 65. That is simply 2. And 2 times 65 is 130. When you subtract, that is 0. So this is the answer. So that is rate is equal to 0.2 or 2/10 or pwede ring 0.20. Parehas lang siya. And then change 0.2 to 2% by simply moving two places here. We have 1, 2. So magkakaroon tayo ng placeholder dito. So that this will become 20%. Therefore, we could say that 20% of 65 is 13. So what percent of 65 is 13? That is 20%. So this is the answer for this given. Now let's proceed to the next slide. Now we have here finding base. In our problem here, in Mr. Lazo's math class, 8 pupils got high scores on the test. If this is 20% of the total number of pupils in the class, how many pupils does he have in all? So dito naman, kung mapapansin nyo, ang tinatanong, total number of pupils. Ilan daw lahat ang kanyang pupils? Meaning, yung kabuuan ang hinahanap. Kung meron daw na 8 na naka-highest score, nakakuha ng high score, 8 yung batang nakakuha ng high score. And it is equivalent to 20% ng kabuuang bilang ng bata. Now, let us solve this problem by using the Tekans triangle. So, if we are looking for base, ang matitira natin is percentage and rate. That is, base is equal to percentage divided by rate. From our given, 8, yung bilang ng parte ng bata which is nakakuha ng high score. 8 divided by 20%. Now, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin si 20% unless it will be changed into decimal number. That will become 8 divided by 20 hundredths. That is changing percent to decimal. So let's see how to get the answer. So we have 8 divided by 0.20. Pwede mo rin gamitin na 0.2. It is the same with 8 divided by 0.2 para mas madali. Paras lang siya. Ayusin natin sulat. Magulo. That is 8 divided by 0.2. Now, kung ma-recall nyo on how to divide a whole number by a decimal, first is to move the decimal point here para maging whole number siya. Ilang beses ka nag-move? Isa. Kaya yung whole number, dadagdagan mo ng isang 0. So here we have 80 divided by 2 or 8 divided by 2 is 4. Bring down 0 divided by 2 is 0 times 2. We have here 0. Again, 0 times 2 is 0. Subtract. So wala nang kasunod. The answer is 40. Therefore, base is equal to 40. And to answer this problem, Mr. Lasso has 40 pupils in his math class. So 40 ang kabuang bilang ng kanyang bata. Now, let's have another example. There are 116 female grade 6 students at Bay Central Elementary School, which is 40% of the total enrollment of grade 6. How many grade 6 students are there at Bay Central Elementary School? So here we are going to find for the base. Bakit ba base ang hinahanap? Kasi sabi dito, what is asked in this problem is how many grade 6 pupils are there at Bay Central Elementary School? Ilan daw yung lahat ng grade 6 pupils? At ang given natin dito ay 116 yung female, yung babae, yung part lang ng kabuuan, 116 yung babae. That is 40% of the total enrollment, 40% ng kabuuan. So we are looking for the total number of grade 6 students here. By using the Tekans triangle, we have here base is equal to percentage divided by rate. By substituting the given value, we have 116 divided by 40%. And then we need to change 40% to decimal. So this will become 116 divided by 40 hundredths. Now let's compute. Sabi ko, pwede nang tanggalin tong isang 0 dito para mas mabilis yung ating solution. We have 116 divided by 0.4. Parehas lang yun. Let's move one place here, kaya magdagdag tayo ng isang 0. Now let's proceed. 11 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract. 11 minus 8 is 3. Bring down 6. We have 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Subtract is 0. May 0 ka pa dito na isa. Pwede mo nang itaas yan. So the answer is 290. So here, ang kabuang bilang ng bata is 290. Therefore, there are 290 grade 6 students at Bay Central Elementary School. So ito yung kabuang bilang ng Bay Central Elementary School grade 6 students. Alright, so here, in your module, you have learning task number 1. Find the percentage. Write your answer in your notebook. So ang hahanapin nyo lang dito is percentage. And how to get the percentage, we have the Tekans triangle. We have PRB. If you are looking for percentage, we use the formula. Percentage is equal to rate times base. So ayan po yung ating formula na gagawin sa learning task number 1. And For learning task number 2, find the base. Write your answer in your notebook. So we are looking for base here. If we're going to use the Tekan's triangle, we have PRB. At ang nawawala natin ay base. So we need to use base is equal to percentage divided by rate. And in learning task number 3, find rate here. So we are going to use rate is equal to percentage divided by base. And in learning task number 3, answer the following. Show your solution using decimal or proportion method. So pares lang tama yung decimal at proportion method. So kahit alin doon ay pwede nyo gawin. But let us first explain the following problem. In survey, the barangay had certain numbers of family, and 60% of them are identified and belong to the poor or marginalized sector. If the total families is 150, how many families belong to the poor sector? So sabi dito, ang tinatanong, how many families are belong to the poor sector? Ito lang yung tinatanong, yung mga pamilya na bilang dito sa sector na to. But we have here the total. Pag sinabi nating total, that represents the base. The total number of families is 150. So this is represents ng kabuuang bilang. And ang hinahanap ay 60% of the total that belongs to the poor sector. This is our rate. Ang hinahanap lang natin ay yung mga tao na or yung mga family na nabibilang sa poor sector. And in problem number 2, Lola Remedios went to grocery to buy her daily needs. If the total amount of the grocery or her grocery is 2,500 pesos, yun na nga, total amount, ito yung kabuuang binayaran niya, that is base, 2,500 pesos, what would be the new amount if the store granted her 20% senior citizens discount? So magkakaroon siya ng discount. Pag discount, syempre, ibabawas dito. Ibabawas mo dito. Kasi discount di ba? Mababawasan siya ng 20%. So magkano na lang yung kanyang babayaran? Magkano yung bago niyang babayaran dun sa store? Kasi magkakaroon siya ng discount. Privilege ng senior citizens. May 20% discount. Now, in problem number 3, a passenger bus can accommodate 60 seats. So, ito lang yung pwedeng makaupo sa isang bus. During pandemic, they reduce, o pag sinabing reduce, binawasan their accommodation to 50%. How many passengers can be accommodated or can be accommodated by the bus? So kung naging 50%, ano ba ibig sabihin ng 50%? That is half. Ginawa na lang 50%. Ilang passengers na lang daw ang pwedeng sumakay sa bus? So this is learning task number 4. So these are the tasks that you are going to answer for your module. So that's it for this day, and before I end this video, I want magsha-shoutout lang po ako. Konti, maiksing pag-shoutout lang. First is to Gab Suka. Sila ay nagde-deliver ng napakasarap na suka na pwede nyong gamitin sa ulam, sa mga sa chicharon, or anything na gusto nyong gamitan ng sausawan. OG Gab Suka, the best yan. Now, and I would like to shout out ako kay April Hervas. Hindi ko alam kung tama yung pronunciation ko ng apelido niya. Shoutout sa iyo. Thank you for watching my video and thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thank you, April Hervas. And to Prince Malabonga, shoutout din sa iyo. Thank you for watching Teacher Herna or Teacher Kat. I mean Ma'am Kat. Thank you for watching Ma'am Kat. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. At sa inyo lahat ng mga nanonood sa aking channel, thank you for always watching my video. Hope na nakatulong ako kahit papaano. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and share this to your friends, classmates, students, and loved ones na kailangan ng guide sa pagsagot ng module. Thank you. God bless everyone. Bye.